How many times have you found yourself sort of replaying a moment in your mind, thinking about what you almost did, or maybe wishing you'd, chosen a different path?
Oh, all the time. It's a very human thing to do.
Exactly. And that sense of reflection, that looking back on a road not taken, well, that's where a really powerful English phrase comes alive.
hmm
Today, we're doing a deep dive into that very phrase, would have.
Such a small phrase, but it packs a punch.
It really does. It seems small, right?
Yeah.
But it unlocks huge emotional and storytelling power in your English.
Mm.
Our mission today is to, well, go beyond just the grammar rules.
Right. It's about the use.
Yes. We want to empower you, listening, to express regret, explore those missed opportunities, talk about hypotheticals, and do it with confidence.
So your conversations move from just being, correct to sounding genuinely natural, fluent.
Precisely. We're drawing on insights from various sources, including Teacher Sam's Mastering Would Have for Fluent English Speaking. Okay, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
You're going to be amazed, I think, at how much this one phrase can really transform how you communicate. So here's where it starts getting really interesting, I think.
Okay.
When you truly get a handle on would have, something powerful happens. It's not just grammar anymore.
No, it's expression.
Exactly. You can finally articulate those moments of past regret, those what-if scenarios we all have.
And those really significant missed opportunities that sometimes shape things.
Right. It's like the key to unlocking a much richer way of talking about the past.
And what's fascinating, really, is how this structure, which seems so simple on the surface, allows for such incredibly nuanced and, well, deeply human expression. It's not just about ticking a grammar box. It's about conveying the depth of our experiences, both the ones we had and the ones we, well, didn't.
And our research shows it pretty consistently boils down to like three main jobs for would have.
Okay, what are they?
Expressing regret about something in the past that didn't happen or maybe happened differently than you wished.
Right, the classic I should have, but using would have.
Exactly. Then talking about opportunities that were there but, slipped away. Missed chances.
The door was open, but...
You didn't walk through it. Yeah. And third, describing totally imaginary or conditional past situations.
The pure hypotheticals.
Yes. Think about the difference. Saying, my phone died is just a fact.
Okay.
But saying, I would have called you, but my phone died. That adds a whole layer, doesn't it?
It does. It implies intention, thwarted action. It's richer.
Or she lost the game. Okay, fact?
But...
She would have won the game if she had practiced more.
Now you have context, a reason, a condition. Much more informative, much more human.
Exactly. And without would have, honestly, your conversations about the past can feel a bit incomplete.
Yeah, maybe a bit flat even. Like a crucial dimension is just missing.
Right. But when you start using it effectively, your English just gains this immediate naturalness, this depth.
You sound more fluent, more like a native speaker navigating these complex ideas. It adds that essential nuance.
It really does. So let's maybe look at the grammar for just a second.
Okay, let's demystify it.
Yeah, no need to be scared. Because the structure itself is actually pretty straightforward.
It really is.
The core is simply would have and then.
The past participle of the main verb.
That's it. Would have plus past participle.
So not the base form, not the simple past, but the third form, the past participle.
Right. And once you see that pattern, you realize it's everywhere. I would have gone.
They would have eaten.
She would have tried.
It's very consistent. And that consistency is really helpful for learners.
Definitely. It's not about memorizing endless rules. It's about understanding this one powerful, repeatable pattern.
And what's so insightful about this simple construction, grammatically speaking, is how it lets us step outside reality, essentially. It allows us to explore alternative pasts.
Yeah, like mental time travel.
Exactly. And that ability to think about different outcomes is crucial, not just for telling stories or showing empathy,
Right.
but also for, critical thinking, learning from our mistakes, even planning ahead by considering past hypotheticals. It's how we mentally game things out.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And then building on that, we mentioned the core uses, but let's just deepen that slightly. When do you really reach for would have?
Okay.
Well, expressing regret is huge. I would have studied harder, but I didn't.
You feel the weight of that choice, right?
Absolutely. It's not just reporting a fact. It's evaluating it emotionally.
And it's indispensable for explaining those missed opportunities. He would have joined the team if he had applied.
Right, the if clause there is key. It explains why the opportunity was missed.
Crucial context. And then, of course, those purely imaginary situations. We would have been late if we hadn't taken a taxi.
Painting a picture of what might have been, based on a condition.
Yeah, the sources really hammer home how versatile this little phrase is. It paints these vivid pictures of what could have been. Okay, now, even though it's pretty simple underneath.
Uh-oh, the pitfalls. Yeah, our deep dive definitely showed some common places where learners, understandably, trip up.
Happens with every structure.
Of course. But the good news is we've identified the main ones and, more importantly, the fixes. Easy fixes, actually.
And connecting this back to the bigger picture of learning, spotting these errors is so important.
Why is that?
Because it's not just about being correct. It's about gaining the confidence that comes from knowing you're using the language naturally and accurately. Understanding the pitfalls helps you avoid them.
Makes sense. Smooth the path. Okay, so mistake number one we see a lot.
Let me guess. Verb form.
You got it.
Yeah.
Using the wrong form of the verb after would have, like saying, I would have go to school.
Ah, the base verb, sneak attack.
Right. But we need that past participle to show the completed hypothetical action. So it has to be.
I would have gone to school.
Exactly. Gone, eaten, tried, seen. Always the past participle. That's the main fix there.
Okay, what's next on the common error list?
The confusion between would have and will have.
Ah, yes. Past versus future.
Totally. Sometimes learners might say something like, tomorrow I would have finished my work.
But would have looks backwards, doesn't it? To a hypothetical past?
Precisely. For something you expect to be completed by a future time, you need.
Will have. Tomorrow I will have finished my work.
Correct. So the key is the time reference. Would have hypothetical past. Will have completed future.
Got it. A crucial distinction. And the third common pitfall.
This one makes sentences feel unfinished. It's forgetting or just leaving out the condition, the if clause.
Ah, like just saying, I would have bought it.
Yeah, and the listener's left thinking, okay, but why didn't you? It hangs there.
It needs a context.
Exactly. So the complete natural thought provides that context. I would have bought it if I had had the money or if it had been on sale or whatever the condition was.
So most of the time, these would have sentences need that if clause, either spoken or clearly understood from the situation.
Right. It explains why the hypothetical thing didn't happen. It completes the thought. Okay, now for the really fun part, I think.
The practical application.
Yes. How to actually learn this, embed it in your English, make it second nature without stress.
Right. Moving from theory to practice.
And our sources, like Teacher Sam's Guide, have some brilliant, really practical tips.
And what's cool about these tips often is how they tap into things we naturally do anyway.
Like what?
Like reflecting on our day or telling stories. They leverage these natural human tendencies to help grammar stick, almost subconsciously.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, tip number one. We're calling it the regret game.
Sounds intriguing.
It's simple. At the end of your day, just take a minute or two. Think of, say, 3 things you would have done differently.
Okay, like a mini review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might think, I would have woken up earlier if I hadn't scrolled on my phone so late.
Or I would have eaten less pizza if I hadn't been starving.
Exactly. See? It turns grammar practice into actual self-reflection. It makes it real and, honestly, kind of fun.
I like that, making it meaningful. What else?
Active observation. Copying from movies and TV shows.
Ugh, the imitation technique. Very powerful.
Next time you're watching Netflix or whatever, really listen for would have when you hear it. Pause. Repeat the sentence out loud. Try to mimic the actor's intonation.
And actors use it a lot in emotional moments, right? Which helps cement it even more.
Totally. It gives you the structure and the context and feeling behind it. Great practice.
Okay, good one. What's tip 3?
Practice with what-if questions. This is great for conversation.
How does that work?
Just ask yourself, or better yet, ask friends. What would you have done if you were in that situation? Or what would you have said if you'd known the truth?
Ah, so it sparks conversation while practicing the structure. Clever.
Yeah, it gets your brain working with the structure creatively and interactively.
Nice. And you mentioned tapping into natural tendencies. Music often helps too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Tip 4, sing it out. Find songs that use would have.
Lots of songs about regret and lost love use it, I bet.
Definitely. And music is just fantastic for memory. The rhythm, the melody, it helps phrases stick way better than just reading them in a textbook.
It bypasses the analytical brain sometimes and goes straight to memory.
Exactly. And the last tip is a bit quirky but effective.
Okay.
Write Regret letters
Regret letters. To whom?
to yourself. Just a short, maybe funny fake letter. Dear me, I would have been so much richer if I hadn't bought all that coffee.
Uh-huh. Okay, I see. It's about personalizing it, making it memorable through a slightly silly exercise.
Precisely. It reinforces the structure in a really personal way. Let me share a quick story from our research. It really shows the impact this phrase can have.
Okay, yeah.
There was this student, Maria. She knew a lot of grammar, but her conversations felt stiff, unnatural.
A common plateau for learners.
Right. Then one day in class, someone asked her, "What would you have done if you missed your flight?"
Okay, classic what if.
And Maria thought for a second, then just blurted out, "I would have cried."
Ha! Honest answer.
Totally. And the whole class laughed. But with her, because it was such a human, natural response, using would have perfectly in that emotional context just clicked.
And that probably boosted her confidence immensely.
Exactly. It was a turning point. It showed her she could sound natural, sound like herself in English.
That's a fantastic example. It really highlights how mastering even just one key phrase can unlock so much confidence.
It makes the whole journey feel less like climbing a huge mountain, maybe.
Yes, and more about finding those moments of real, authentic communication, those breakthroughs.
And the best part, you don't need hours and hours.
Yeah.
Seriously, just 5 minutes a day can make a huge difference.
Consistency over quantity.
Absolutely. Think about this simple routine. Morning, maybe when you're having coffee, think of one regret from yesterday. I would have gone for a walk if it hadn't been raining. Just one sentence.
Okay, manageable.
Afternoon, maybe on a break, ask yourself a quick what if. What would I have done if that meeting was
Like
canceled?
mental gymnastics?
Exactly. And evening, maybe before bed, quickly write down one missed opportunity sentence. I would have tried that new restaurant if I hadn't been so tired.
Simple, structured, and covers the core uses. I like it.
Just 5 minutes. And the benefits really add up.
So, summarizing those benefits, what does mastering would have really give you?
Okay, well, first you sound more fluent, more natural. That's huge.
Definitely.
You can express regret and imagination the way native speakers actually do it.
Which leads to more confidence in conversations.
Absolutely. You feel more capable. Plus, your understanding gets better. You'll catch it more in movies, songs, books.
You start hearing the nuance everywhere.
Yes. And fundamentally, you're building a really strong foundation for more advanced grammar down the road.
It's a key building block.
Totally. Fluency isn't really about knowing every single word.
No, it's about using the important ones well.
Exactly. Using the right ones naturally. And would have is absolutely one of those essential high-impact phrases.
Yeah.
So what does all this mean for you listening on your English journey?
Keep going.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Learning a language, it's a process. You will make mistakes. Everyone does.
It's part of learning.
It is. But every single time you consciously practice would have, every time you try to use it, you're not just tweaking grammar. You're building something much bigger.
Your future confidence.
Exactly. I love how Teacher Sam puts it. Don't think I can't think. I would have given up, but I didn't.
That's powerful. Framing the struggle itself using the target language.
Yeah. So this brings up a key question then. Beyond that daily 5 minutes, how do you really make this stick long term? How do you make it automatic?
Right. Embedding it so deeply you don't even have to think about it.
Our deep dive found some really smart suggestions for that. Genius ideas, really.
Like what?
Consider keeping a would-have journal. Seriously, just one sentence a day. Over time, you build this amazing personal collection of examples.
Creates a habit. Reinforces the pattern daily.
Nice. Another idea. Join an online language group. Find a practice partner and play the what would you have done game. Make it social.
Turns practice into fun, interactive exchange.
Definitely. Or here's the challenge. Try telling a short story using only sentences with would have.
Whoa, okay. That forces you to really work within the structure. Creatively demanding.
Right. And maybe the most powerful tip of all.
Let me guess. Teach it to someone else.
You know it. Explaining a concept, breaking it down for someone else, answering their questions. It forces you to understand it on a whole new level. It solidifies it in your mind like nothing else.
The best way to learn is to teach. It's true.
So here's a little challenge for you listening. Tonight before bed, just write down 3 sentences using would have. Anything that comes to mind.
3 little sentences.
Then tomorrow, try asking a friend or colleague a what would you have done question. Spark a mini conversation.
Put it into practice immediately.
Yes. And just maybe imagine looking back at this moment sometime in the future and thinking to yourself confidently, wow, I would have struggled with would have forever,
Hmm.
but I didn't. I totally mastered it.
A nice future reflection.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and definitely keep diving deep with us.